And tell us your name and what you do for a living.
Hi, I'm Xwen, and I am a physicist, inventor, entrepreneur, and, well, I guess change maker. I'm 13, and I feel like I can change the world, and I've already started my positive impact on it.
Protect this
What
kid
have
at
you
all
done?
costs.
How have you changed the world so far?
So aside from inventing a whole bunch of different stuff that probably won't matter now, but my most recent thing, which has gotten me a little bit of attention online, is my energy device, where I extract electromagnetic energy from everything around us and convert it into electrical energy. In other words, a stream of unlimited energy. So, you know.
So, do you think you can solve our energy crisis here on planet Earth?
I believe I will, and I believe I already have solved the main problem. Now it's just a matter of, getting this out there.
And what do you need to be able to get this out there? You just need somebody to watch this video and say, here's some money, or what do you need?
Well, all I can think of really is support, Throughout history, people like me have been prosecuted and killed, murdered, and a lot of other very horrible things. And
Tesla.
if I have support from
Albert
a lot of
Einstein.
people, I don't think that that will happen in our modern day and age. We're a little bit too civilized for that.
You'd be
So
surprised.
all I'm saying is that if you think the world should be a better place too, then, support.
Okay, so we started off by talking about my book, E equals MC squared, and the new definition of God, and you told me that you had already come to the same conclusion 3 years ago, and that my book was a dumbed-down version of your theory, which I think it's clearly the case. What is God?
So, a lot of...
Listen.
We're in the United
Okay,
Nations.
yeah, and people walking around down in the basement here. Go ahead. What is God?
Okay, so a lot of people think God is, quite in the biblical sense, a guy sitting up on a cloud who controls the universe, frankly, and has created all life. But my definition of God is not like that. I don't believe God is a person or entity. God is just another form of energy. Well, actually, is energy. Himself, well, not even himself, itself. For the fact that if you look at the Bible and other really, awesome but extremely vague and unreliable sources in religion that, hold these sources that we find and facts that we find, or so-called facts that we find, and really a lot of people think it's just about faith. But if you relate the Bible to quantum physics and apply most of the laws actually in less of a figurative sense, but more of a literal sense, and replace it with things like the universe, you'll eventually find out that it explains in-depth quantum physics and astrophysics, experiments and theories. Well, maybe not theories, because maybe now they're proven. Who knows? Maybe the Bible isn't a story of something that happened on Earth, but maybe a story of how our universe began. For the fact that, honestly, I don't really buy into the literal biblical sense.
Literal biblical sense.
God is literally a guy who looks like us, who sits up in an alternate realm that's in our clouds and, watches over all of us. But I guess you could say that he's an energy form that created all, is all, and he's everywhere and nowhere at the same time. God, or energy, lives within us, through us, and can...
And is us.
And is us, frankly.
So you said what? That God is the energy that is in us, created us, and is us. Is that your definition?
Yeah.
I don't want to put words in your mouth.
Sort of, yeah. God is energy. That's my thing. And I mean, you look at dimensional theory, and eventually we have, a singularity at the beginning of the universe that is energy. And then, eventually that begins to slow down in vibration due to entropy or some other law of that sort. And then, first you get photonic light, and then that slows down, and then we get matter, and then that slows down, and then who else knows what comes next? We have gravity, and then we have time, all coming in at one sense. I mean, does that sound like an origin story to you? It kind of does a little bit to me, but, maybe that's just a coincidence. Maybe these philosophers, or unreliable monks, we call them, that lived up in the mountains and wrote this weird book that doesn't have any factual evidence behind it. Maybe they were quantum physicists ahead of their time, and maybe they're just trying to tell people lived crazy long time ago, that there is an entire new quantum world out there. But, education wasn't too good back then, so I guess they had to simplify intense quantum physics to something that a 5-year-old could understand. Thus the Bible, right?
So you're saying people who believe in the Bible as written, as the Bible conventionally, are kind of like 5-year-olds?
Well, 500 years ago? No, sorry, 1,000 years ago, probably. But, more of like, I'm saying, maybe in the sense of not really like, I honestly don't want to insult anybody at all. Stop. To real life. So, just saying that it's a coincidence. It's not fact. I'm not saying anything's anything. I have a very religious
It's not
grandmother,
fact. It's a coincidence.
I have to tell you, I let you kind of struggle with this because I realized the question was a little bit perhaps impolite to some people. And the way you handled that was a way that my political and business clients, if they did it as well as you, I'd be incredibly proud. So the bottom line is that we keep evolving, right? And the Bible was written in different ways to interpret it. Now, you said something about the Bible and using the letters going backwards in the Fibonacci theory. Can you explain that? Because that's amazing.
In certain parts of the Bible, you can get literally, if you convert the letters to numbers.
Speak a little louder.
The Fibonacci sequence, if you invert, of course. But in certain important parts of the book, you'll take certain parts out and you'll get numbers, which seem random, but they're actually frequencies of resonance that line up with what's called the Fibonacci spiral. And the Fibonacci spiral is kind of weird for the fact that it's called literally God's thumbprint, which is a little bit weird considering that we have spiral galaxies, spirals on our thumbs, spirals in our ears. Literally, almost every organism on the planet or object we have found has had some sort of reminiscence of Fibonacci in it. And I don't know, it's called God's trademark or God's thumbprint, but I don't know. It's a coincidence, I guess.
So if you're the reincarnation of anyone, who do you think it would be, or who would you like it to be?
I honestly think that I'm Max Lawton, and that's who I am. So I'm gonna say Max Lawton. But I'm very proud of and I'm quite a big fan of Nikola Tesla. I mean, I'd like to be the reincarnation of him, but honestly, I think I'm just a student of his many teachings.
That's amazing. What's the favorite thing that he has invented or theorized about for you?
Honestly, I really like his work with electrostatic pulses.
That's exactly what he's doing, guys.
Harnessed,
Those are
Tesla
his
coil
projects
powers
nowadays.
And use it to wirelessly transfer energy through people, around people, and how he could light himself on fire but not be hurt by it, and that was pretty crazy. So I really like that.
That's very cool. So just a couple more questions. You're extraordinarily inspiring. And I agree with you on your definition of God, and
Absolutely.
wrote a children's book that basically says that. But you then, before when we were talking about infinity and different universes, and so we've kind of identified God. God is energy, right? All the energy in the universe, that's
Energy.
God. It's not
God
a guy in
is
the
energy.
sky, it's
Energy isn't something that you just have. Energy is all, and can't be, not all of the energy in the universe. It's energy. Energy happens to consume the entire universe and every other parallel dimension or universe that can ever exist in our dimensional reality. But
Are there other universes? Are there other dimensional realities?
dimensional realities, I'm not sure if we can prove that yet, but we do know that there are other dimensions.
Okay, how do you know that?
Well, there's an infinite number of numbers, which means there's an infinite number of frequencies that we can calculate. And if there's an infinite number of frequencies that we can calculate, that means there's an infinite number of frequencies that mass can take. And if mass can take an infinite number of frequencies, there must be an infinite number of dimensions.
Give it to me like...
Hi YouTube, welcome back to my hub. I hope you guys are feeling good today and you are ready to vibe with me. Please leave a like to let the algorithm know that we're back and subscribe to my channel for more content from me. Let's go.
Let's talk about the importance of spiritual cleansing, not just for the people who work with people every single day, but also for you in general. If you're following me, I really need you to do spiritual cleansing every single day, meaning cord cutting every single night before you go to bed, so that you cut off the energetic cords to other people that you've been interacting with throughout the day, both online and in physical form. Because otherwise, you are like sucking each other's energy. And also, you can have entities attached to you that you don't want.
I want your energy.
And I'll tell you what happened to me. In the past 2 months, I've been traveling a lot. I've been interacting with a lot of people, but I have not been cleansing. I have not been cord cutting. And that kind of showed up in my home now when I came back to Spain. For the first 4 days, 4 nights, I had sleep paralysis. 4 days in a row.
Oh my gosh.
I usually never have sleep paralysis unless I lie on my back when I'm sleeping. So usually I lie on my sides because I want to avoid it.
I've heard that.
I had sleep paralysis 4 days in a row. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? For people who don't know what sleep paralysis is, it is when you're sleeping and you're in between being awake and falling asleep. You don't have control of your body. It literally feels like someone is pushing you down. Someone is holding you down, and it can actually feel very scary. You're in between the dream state, but you're still awake, so you're aware that this is happening. So that's why it feels very scary. So that happened to me 4 nights in a row. Then on day number 5, something even more weird happening. On top of all of this, I've had the weirdest dreams every single day. So on day number 5, I'm dreaming.
Oh no.
And in my dream, I see this random man. And within the dream, I recognize that this man is not just a dream playing out, it's actually a spirit. It's an entity within my dream. And it freaked me out when I realized that within the dream, so it woke me up. And when I woke up, I could still feel this entity close by me in my room.
Yeah.
So I turned on my lights and I was like, oh my God, no. Open the window, declare the guy to get out.
I sleep with the
get
light
out.
on.
I have a whole ritual that I do that to like banish entities. And then during the day, I was like, nah, enough is enough. Something weird is going on here. There's something attached to me that doesn't belong to me, that needs to go. Because this, like 4 days in a row plus that,
you can feel that. By intuition,
not okay, not normal, never happens to me. So the following day, I'm doing everything. I cleansed the whole house. I deep cleaned my house. I cleansed with sage, everything. I cleansed my house. I'd washed my sheets. I did all the things, as in get the fuck out of my house. When I feel entities that I do not allow in my space, I have a whole thing where I say a whole thing and they're out and get the fuck out kind of thing. I did cord cutting before I went to bed. And you know what? That night,
I like that.
Nothing. I slept like a baby. I slept 11 hours. I didn't wake up in the middle of the night. I didn't have any sleep paralysis. It's been 2 nights in a row now where nothing.
Well done.
Slept like a baby. So, if you have some weird stuff going on in your life, it's probably because something is attached to you or you need to cord cut. Because a lot of things can attach to you throughout your day. And especially because I was living in Airbnbs for so long. I've been in and out. I've been socializing so much. Then it's inevitable that something is going to attach to me. So that's why it's really, really important to have spiritual hygiene, cleansing yourself, letting go of what's not yours, letting go of what's no longer serving you, and having a protected bubble around you as well. So no entities and energies can interact with you or interfere with you. So every night I need to do cord cuts. If you don't know what cord cutting is, send me a message, I'll tell you. But it's really, really important. As you see, 5 days in a row, I got harassed by an entity. And then I had enough. I cleansed, I cleared, I did all the things. And then for 2 nights in a row, nothing. Nothing. Good. I'm perfectly fine now. So this spiritual cleansing is so important. As I said, I do it with my clients all the time in between, but I just forgot.
Hillary Galvez. Interesting. I personally sage. I'm a big sager, incense burner. You know, I clean the house, I cleanse the house, I do the dishes, I change the clothes, I take a shower, I wash my hair, the bed sheets daily, or not daily, but as I must. That's part of who I am. I understand that theory of getting rid of bad energies once you come into your home abode. So that's interesting, the way that she put it, cutting cords. So do you guys do that? And What did you think about her statement, cutting cords? How do you guys cut cords when you feel like you have to? Drop it in the comments.
We get into the details.
Geocentric
It's extremely important
electromagnetic
that you
universe.
have a full understanding of the construct of our geocentric electromagnetic universe. If you're not familiar with this geocentric model, we're going to leave links in the description for you to catch up on the basics. In short, we're not on a ball. Our Earth currently consists of 4 concentric rings of physical land, beginning and spiraling out from the 0-point axis at the center of the plane, just like a drop of water that falls into a larger body of water, therefore
Look at
creating a
that.
ripple effect, beginning from its point of impact,
Incredible.
concentrically expanding outwards. The very middle center of this vast earthly concentric plane is what's known as the 0-point axis. This is what we refer to as the magnetic North Pole. This central pole is not just a symbolical metaphor, but an actual physical marker, said to be a magical, or should I say, magnetic pillar, sometimes referred to as a holy mountain or the tree of life. The first big red pill you're gonna have to swallow is that beyond all these dimensional fields of energy from where we are now, in our northern and southern extremities, are other extraterrestrial lands, inhabited by other extraterrestrial civilizations. This is what we might call extraterrestrial outer and inner space, extraterrestrial outer and inner Earth. I know, it sounds crazy, just bear with me. Each of these 4-dimensional rings of Earth have their own eco, lunar, solar systems and seasons, and their own sun and moons, which would be our current 7 wandering stars. Saturn and Jupiter being the solar sun and lunar moon of the outermost ring, domain or realm of Earth. Mars and Venus being the solar sun and lunar moon of the next concentric domain of Earth inside that. This Mars and Venus domain would be the main realm beyond our southern Antarctic boundary and the Aurora Australis electromagnetic field. Then, of course, we have our own solar sun, Apollo, and lunar moon, Artemis, in this domain. And last but not least, Mercury within the inner central realm beyond our northern Arctic boundary and Aurora Borealis electromagnetic field. This inner star, Mercury, is androgynous, both a solar sun and lunar moon in one. It's sometimes referred to as the inner Earth Sun or Black Sun or Planet Nibiru or Planet X. Now, the full expanse of our entire earthly plane with all the different realms would be what the ancient Greeks referred to as Mother Gaia, the Kemetic Egyptians called the Benben or Mother Geb, and the Indo-Vedics referred to as the Bhumandala. In this presentation, we're going to explain and show how this spiral expansion of space, time, and matter began and continues to be. Let's go. This calendar is a modern interpretation and mix of the Aztec Mayan calendar, Egyptian Dendra stone, the various Chinese and Indian Dharma wheels, as well as other ancient cosmological and universal clocks and calendars. Many ancient cultures, civilizations, mystics, and researchers have created and depicted various cosmic clocks and calendars over the ages. Some simple, others complex, but one thing is for sure. They all knew that all time operates in a cyclical pattern. They knew that everything in existence has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Birth, experience, growth, and death. Sunrise, midday, sunset, midnight. Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Iron, bronze, silver, gold. You get it. So our cosmic calendar of time is a macrocosmic and syncretic mirror reflection of those observable microcosmic clocks, calendars, cycles, and seasons of time. And as always, our research is embedded on the foundation of natural and observable everyday reality. Hopefully by the end of this presentation, you will have a better understanding of how different ages, races, civilizations, and realms have come about over time within our electromagnetic cosmic egg universe. So in order to understand our calendar better, we need to break down something known as an epoch. Our epoch here is going to be 24,000 years for one full cycle. What is the definition of an epoch? A division of time that is itself a subdivision of a larger period of time. Think of seconds to minutes to hours to days to months to years. Good examples of epochs. An epoch is also subdivided into ages corresponding to a series of chronological changes or events. An epoch can sometimes be referred to as an era, age, period, time, eon, span, stage, or point in history. Universal epochs are also sometimes referred to as a platonic year.
The geocentric electromagnetic universe, guys. Do you believe in this theory? Be quite honest. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'm gravitating towards this theory a lot more than the as it makes sense, like scientifically, logically. It makes more sense than the ball, that CGI ball spinning at a gajillion miles per hour.
The treasures will pop out themselves.
Have you ever heard of uranium glass? Well, apparently you can find
have.
glass that contains uranium in any normal
What do you
regular
do with
store or
it,
market.
with the
And
plates?
this guy's going to teach you how to do so. This is crazy.
And so we begin the hunt.
Okay, let's go. Winner, winner, chicken dinner?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's pretty. That's
Oh
pretty.
my gosh, I have already hit the freaking jackpot. What you do, you get you a little black light, go to your local flea market, and the treasures
Okay.
will pop out themselves. Just because it's green does not mean
Big fountain.
it's what you're
That's
looking for.
uranium.
Nothing. There we go.
Wow, bingo.
Bam. Look how it lights up. But then this one, nothing. That one back here, nothing.
Does it sell for a lot?
Yes. Yes. No.
Ooh.
Yes. Yes.
Are we rich?
Oh my god.
I mean, this is super crazy. I want to know, you guys, would you do this? Even though it contains uranium.
This is my collection so far.
Wow.
Freaking beautiful.
Uranium. I know this is a chemical component in our periodic table. I believe the symbol is like it's a U. That's about what I know. That's about what I remember. But eventually I'm thinking that this gentleman will sell these plates for a good amount of money. I don't know. Drop your comments. Let me know.
Did you know that we've been completely lied to about the way our hearts actually work? Because if people found out the power
You don't
of this
say.
magnet that is inside of us, they could not only pull any person towards
Heart
them,
is
but
magnetic.
they could pull any
It's a
experience,
coil.
any
It's like a
dream that they
coil.
want would just magnetize
pump.
towards them. People would be too powerful. See, we were taught and conditioned to believe that the
not
heart
a
is
pump.
just a physical
It's a coil.
pump, pumping blood into our body, but this is not the truth. The heart is
helps
actually an
us.
electromagnetic coil that can
much
be
more.
unfolded, but they don't want you to see this image right here, and that's why it's so hard to find on Google. And this is not just me making this up. Scientists have actually measured that our hearts produce a significant electromagnetic field with each contraction due to the coordinated depolarization of myocytes, producing a current flow that extends outside of the body. Almost everything that modern science and the school system teaches us is true about our bodies and the way we work is a complete lie to mask our true potential and what we are as energetic
Are you
beings.
surprised?
Our hearts are not just pumps, our hearts are electromagnetic coils that pull energy through us
Coils.
that will either magnetize
They're
experiences,
coils,
people
people.
towards us or deter
lot
them
more than a
away.
pump.
Reality you experience is determined by how much love you radiate outwards for the life that you currently live. And most people today, because they work jobs,
chakra.
because they're out of alignment with what they
That's what
love, their
counts.
passion, they're in service to themselves, not to the world, therefore in a perpetual
Agreed.
downward spiral and not living their
Agreed.
dream life. And that's how they get you.
Agreed. So magnetic heart versus a heart that just pumps. It's just a pump. So let's talk about that. I personally, this is my opinion, I think this statement is true. That the heart does more than just, pump blood, and it's a coil. I also do believe that people have lost themselves in this system matrix. They walk around depressed with massive anxiety and looking down at the cell phone all day long. That's not conducive to humanity, like at all. So we need to do better, a lot better than that. as far as radiating love, living in love, and spreading love. Like, that's what counts. I know it's hard just to offer that just to anybody, especially when, you know, you're very to yourself and whatnot, but the least be humble and the least be respectful, you know. We never know what people are going through on a daily, so that's just my belief. But yeah, the heart's not just a pump, it's a coil. Let me know your thoughts. I want to know what you think of this one right here. Drop it in the comments.
You had a coffee mug. The amount of space in that coffee mug has enough potential power to boil off all the oceans of the world. Nikola Tesla called it the infinite energy field. That was mastered decades ago. Once you get it tapped, it's just flowing. That means that every home, business, car, manufacturing, village in Africa would be able to have a device that would generate all the energy they need for all the needs that we have for a modern civilization. There's no pollution, there's no radiation, and once you have the system, there's no cost. The problem is, you know, if that technology were to be disclosed, it's a quadrillion dollars in proven assets, oil, gas, coal, that are obsolete. That's what they're protecting.
This technology has been around for decades.
About 100 years,
the elites are protecting their pockets.
Empirical evidence of this energy field.
To be where you are on Earth at this time means you are powerful beings who knew what you were doing when you chose this reality, and even though you have forgotten that you knew what you were doing, you still know what you're doing. Because every single one of you that are on Earth now in some way, shape, or form chose to be on Earth now because you knew that you would be going through a transition and a transformation at this time in your planet's history, and on some level, in some way, you wanted to participate. You wanted to be a part of that because it's a very exciting place to be right now.
I did.
As you say in your language, it's where it's happening. It is one of the most highly focused places right now that we are aware of in creation for the idea of transition and transformation. It is one of the few places that has gone as deeply into the dark as you have, that we are aware of. And thus then, when a planet, when a civilization, when a collective consciousness can allow itself to experience such a great degree of darkness and yet still find its way to the light, that is special. That is powerful. And believe me, you attract the attention of many other beings from many other dimensions to see how you did it, how you're doing it, because that's exciting, because that's creation in the making. That's raw creation, going from absolute dark to absolute light. That's creation in a nutshell. So thank you.
It sure is.
For your strength, for your commitment, for your willingness to go through this transition. It's a powerful thing to have done, and it shows you, just by being where you are, it shows you how powerful you actually are. So never lose sight of that.
Never. Daryl Anka. I know now his name, I think is pronounced Daryl Anka. He's a channeler, amazing work. The statement that jumped up for me is when he says, going from absolute darkness to absolute light, that's raw creation, like the creation of the universe from dark to light. Let me know your thoughts on this, guys. Very interesting. China, 5.9 magnitude earthquake strikes. This was recent. Look at those light, guys. Look at the lights. Multiple lights. Drop it in the comments if you think it's Project Bluebeam and the trickery. The mass trickery. Look at that. My grandma walks out and she sees that she'll have a major one. A major one. You gotta take care of that. Wow. Crazy.
Everything in your life you have put there, you have created.
Dolores Cannon, I
and
love
if you're
her.
that powerful,
Everything
if you
she
don't like
says
what's
is
in
like
your life, you can uncreate
amazing
it
air.
and change your life. What you believe and you know it's there. You connect with God, you connect with the source, you connect with your guides, your guardian angels. They want to help you. They really love you and they want to be with you and help
Tap
you.
in.
You just have to learn to identify with it and recognize they're there. And miracles will happen. Your entire life can turn around. Sounds easy.
If you wish.
Maybe it is and maybe it isn't. It depends on how difficult you make it. But it's all there.
Turn a negative into a positive.
It's free for everyone.
It's all.
One of the reasons that the Anunnaki left because they were aging faster.
Oh, on
because
the
they were here
Anunnaki
on Earth.
subject.
Yes.
Let's go.
In the Anunnaki Chronicles and the Lost Book of Enki, it explains exactly how this went. Apparently, remaining on Earth, the Anunnaki noticed that they were aging rapidly, a lot faster than on their own planet. This is due to the fact that Nibiru has an elliptical orbit around the sun of 3,600 years. So 1 year for them is 3,600 years for us. And that's why we used to call them the immortals.
I'm
because compared to
following.
humans,
I'm
they're
following.
immortals. On a side note, I have updates on why we age, and it's because of the telomeres. I did a video once. I'm going to continue in the next video. Let's go back
That's
to the
coming up
Anunnaki.
next.
So
I'm gonna
when they
hook you up.
realized that they were aging a lot faster, I mean, if it was me, if I'm one of the Anunnaki goddesses here on Earth, and I see that I'm aging a lot faster compared to Nibiru just because I'm here on Earth, yeah, after a while, I'm going to be like, I'm going to go home because I don't want to
Bye-bye.
lose this. And I think that that's what
I don't
happened.
want to look old.
And that's what the books say happened.
Makes
It doesn't
sense.
say that about everyone, but needless to say, I mean, it doesn't take a genius. Let's all do the math. If it was you, what would you do? Would you live thousands and thousands of
We would
years
all
less
leave.
just to be here on Earth?
We don't want to get old. We don't want to get old now.
I don't think so. So yes, that is probably one of the main reasons why they returned on Nibiru.
In the past 50 years, archaeology has discovered
Got some more
tens of
bombshells for
thousands
you.
of ancient
These are
clay
gems. Pick 'em up.
tablets written in
Pick 'em up.
cuneiform. We only started translating these tablets around 1975 when Zacharias Stitchin took interest into translating all of them. Combined with his knowledge of Hebrew and ancient languages, we were able to discover fascinating stories that predate the Bible by thousands and thousands of years. Actually,
Thousands
the
of years,
Bible took
guys.
its stories of the Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, and creation, the Tower of Babel, Noah and the flood. These are all Sumerian tales. Then all
I
other
bet you
religions
Christians
that
do
came
not know
after
that.
it took these stories and modified it for their own purpose to fit their narrative. Okay, so now, if these stories were ever to not be considered truthful, tell me, how did they know about telomeres and aging? Oh, you don't know what
Interesting. Let me know.
telomeres are? Well, let me explain.
I do. I do.
They are
Do
the
you?
reason we age. So what are telomeres?
They
Telomeres
put a
are
cap on.
structures made from DNA sequences and proteins found at the end of chromosomes. And this is what they
Outermost
look
regions.
like. The X, those little caps, those are the telomeres. They cap and protect the end of a chromosome like the end of a shoelace. In almost all animals, from the simplest to the most complex,
Critical
telomeres are required
thinker.
for cell division.
Critical
And with each
thinker.
cell replication, the telomeres get shorter and shorter, until they are so short that our cells can no longer divide. And when cells no longer divide, tissues age. So finally science has caught up with the
And
Anunnaki.
we started to get older.
This is exactly what is described by Enki when he is explaining to his father, the king, Anu, on how he's going to tweak these telomeres to control
I
humans'
read
lifespan,
all up on this.
so that they could never live over 120 years. Didn't you think it was curious
Fucked
how
up.
Moses and other people
No, I
like
think that's fucked
Noah
up.
in ancient scriptures lived 300-400 years, and then all of a sudden everyone started having a lifespan that was so much shorter?
Question
Well,
everything.
this is why. So if these stories aren't true, How did the Sumerians know? So let's continue explaining what telomeres are. So a quick recap, each time a cell replicates, the telomeres get shorter and shorter, until they are so short that your cells can no longer divide. And when cells can no longer divide, that is when you age. However, telomeres can be rebuilt by an enzyme called telomerase. And this telomerase restores cell division. But unfortunately, we did not find the fountain of youth with this. Those Anunnaki are very smart. They're like, oh, no. What if they figure out that the shortening of telomeres is why they age? And then they could fix it, hypothetically, one day. So let's prevent that with another strategy. So what did they do? Get this.
Make it double hard
if
for
a
them.
cell keeps dividing uncontrollably, a cancerous tumor can form. And this is why telomeres are so important. So if they shorten, you age. If the cell keeps on repeating itself, then it turns into a tumor. So in conclusion, in a healthy cell, they achieve the necessary balance.
Smart beings, huh?
Between limiting cellular lifespan and your own longevity, and keeping cancer growth at bay. If you'd like to know more on telomeres and how they work,
a little bit of cancer on
drop
there.
a comment, and I can make more videos.
Elliptical orbit in Nibiru, the Anunnakis and telomeres. Is this the reason we don't like aging ourselves? And we run to get lipo and fillers when we feel our surface, our vessel is deteriorating? Does that feeling run through our veins as well? Critical thinkers, question everything. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
Do not purchase an electric car. The EMF frequencies they produce harm the cells in your body and create inflammation. Secondly, it destroys your electromagnetic field, which is your shield against diseases and negative energy. Your physical health is a product of your electromagnetic field called your aura. If you do not look after this field, your body will become destroyed. When the smart grid comes out, everything will be connected through the smart grid through 5G, and they will be able to turn off your car, your bank, your phone at the click of a finger if you do anything wrong.
Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know.
I see.
How would they know?
That's a super mom. Super mom. For sure.
How would they know? How
I'm
would
not
they
a mom
know?
myself. But this is the way I would be thinking.
Oh my
Hands
god.
Down. Not my baby.
So let me fucking tell y'all how my life is going right now. With no car.
Grand opening.
I had to rent a car through Uber because I be doing my little Uber shit. So they let me rent the car through them. Why the only thing they had was electric cars when I go up there to the Hertz. So I'm like, y'all don't have nothing else. She was like, well, you can sit and wait. But I had things to do. My birthday is in a couple fucking minutes.
Oh,
so
no, girl.
I had to get stuff done. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to do this electric shit. Not thinking, where the fuck am I going to go to charge it? Like, not thinking when it's on motherfucking, when it's on 20 miles till empty.
The charging stations that you cannot find anywhere.
10 minutes away and that one don't work. You got to go 10 to 12 minutes away to a fucking another one because he's not like
you got to be smarter than your smart car. Meaning,
I am upset and I am going to hurt.
Don't get a smart car.
In the morning, like, how do you even ask somebody for gas for this motherfucker? Because it don't take gas. What you say? Can you give me some money?
Imagine
for
a natural disaster.
Like,
Tesla's just turning off middle of the highway.
I would never. I couldn't get me no electricity
blocking
car.
exits.
Not right now. Well, they don't have these fucking electric gas stations,
Critical
whatever the fuck you want to call them.
Oh,
Electric stations, EV go fast charging stations everywhere. I couldn't do it.
Electric
I'm
stations
so mad,
that take
y'all, I
about
almost ran out of gas.
2+ hours.
How I'm gonna ask somebody to bring me some electricity? Hey girl, can you bring me some electricity? I done ran out of gas. I done ran out of electricity. I done ran out of energy. Like,
oh, I don't have none for you, girl.
Let y'all fucking know. Bro, I'm so fucking mad
feel
right
you.
now, y'all. I had to talk to 2 representatives for this EV Go shit. It's just telling me that, thank you, your charging session is not complete. Please return the connector to its hoster and move your vehicle for the next customer. What are y'all talking about, bro? I've been standing out here for 5 minutes. If I crank this car up and this shit is at 27%, I'm gonna be mad as hell. So I called Cheryl, asked again, because of course it was the same lady that picked up the last time I called. And she was like, oh, Aaliyah, yeah, it's me, Cheryl, again. You have to go through this process again. Guess what? It's saying that it's going to be 80% complete by 11:55. Mind y'all, right now it's 10:53. Why is it only going to be 80%? Why can't it be 100%? And then why is it going to take an hour to charge? I would
Natural
never
disasters
get if y'all
be smarter than a smart car.
No, I'd rather pay $40, $50, $60, $80, $100
be smarter
to get some gas that's gonna pump in my car within 5 minutes, and to be standing at a charging station in the middle of nowhere for 2 hours waiting on my fucking car to charge. This is absurd.
I get you.
We were never supposed to see these, as these biblical stones are coming out everywhere, and what this means for our world is terrifying. People were shocked after it was discovered blue stones, or referred to as sky ice, in Antarctica were found, and they resembled the exact same objects that Ezekiel mentions in the Bible, claiming what the firmament or the dome of Earth is made out of, saying the firmament material would appear like sapphire or blue stone. But how this was found is even more insane, as decades ago a scientist had leaked they found sky ice after years of research in Antarctica, claiming that the government has sealed all this away, knowing could lead to terrifying changes about our planet and science. With him saying that the government had found an entire ice wall made out of the biblical sky ice, the same ice wall that the pancake Earth believers say is in Antarctica, possibly proving that the Earth may be a lot bigger, with many more continents than we could ever know on the other side. With any scientific discovery, we need to look at the concrete evidence, and satellite images still point to a frisbee Earth not existing, and likely nothing beyond an ice wall. But wouldn't it be crazy?
You're stuck within the cage, the rib cage. You're in a prison cell because you're made out of cells. You are hexed in physical matter. This is the X, the hex. The hexagram's a cube unfolded is the cross. You need to escape the physical world, the three-dimensional matrix, which is the world of Satan. Because Satan gives you the mark of the beast, the physical body, the 666 carbon suit, and then blinds your mind. Your mind is completely separate from the physical world. Through physical pleasures and lack of understanding of yourself, you think your mind is part of your physical body, when in reality they are two separate things. Your mind is completely separate from your physical body. The physical world is a dimension within your mind. Men means mind, mental. Mind in Latin means mens. In order to escape the three-dimensional physical world, you have to fully detach your mind from your body. Meditation is key in transcending the 3D world and traveling the depths of your mind. Mind and matter is one. They are different dimensions within your mind. When you dream, your mind creates matter. This is why mind and matter are one. The cube is the shape that gives rise to physical matter. The link is in my bio for the Book of Wisdom, paperback and PDF.
Lady didn't know the submitter had a dash cam installed on his car. There was only one lane open due to road work just before the tunnel, so everyone had to merge. The lady driver of the white Camry tried to speed up to cut the submitter off before merging and didn't quite make it and brake checked the submitter. She tried her best to convince it was the submitter's fault, but the dash cam video did the justice.
My people, I don't want to see us going that route. Watch him. This is not it. This is not it. At least for me.
Amen. All that are in it are satanic.
We're gonna turn up now, guys.
Follow us. Go ahead. I don't care if you are millionaires, if you are pop artists. There is no God but one. Amen. You can't be a preacher and be in the Illuminati. You can't be a preacher and be a Mason. Go ahead. You can't. What agreement has the temple of God with idols? How in the world use a deacon? Amen. And you with the Illuminati? Talk back to me, men. Am I right? Go ahead. What fellowship has righteousness with unrighteousness? These rappers, entertainers, go ahead. Multi-millionaire hoes. Go ahead, brother. Part of the Illuminati. Go ahead. Go ahead, brother. Make it strong. There's only one we should bow to. Go ahead.
Let's put it out there. Let's wake up the man.
Paganism have no place. No place. In
Paganism.
God. Amen.
Rituals.
You preachers, that's part of this cult. You don't represent God. No, no.
This
We should be
Illuminati
what God
preachers,
is. That's
these
right.
fake
When it
pastors.
comes to the book, religion is.
We see you.
Don't say nothing.
Collecting
They'll kill
money.
you. That's right. You talk about the
Flying on
Illuminati, they'll kill you. What do I care? Go ahead. You can't represent God's scared. Amen.
You cannot.
If
No
you're
weapon
scared,
formed against
get
you
out
shall
of the pulpit
prosper.
and get out of your churches. Go ahead.
Talk that talk.
Go ahead, brother. The Illuminati is the serpent. Waiting to devour the church. All these church people and entertainers caught up in this mess. Wow. Go ahead. Big time preachers with mega churches. Yeah.
Stars. Idols.
Caught up in the Illuminati. Amen.
Fake idols.
Illuminati,
That's what stars
I'm told,
are.
give
That's
them
what
big
Hollywood is.
payoffs to help build mega churches. My Lord. You's a sellout. That's right. Go ahead, brother. We will not bow or sin to get a dime, to build or buy one temple unto the Lord our God. Go ahead.
That's.
Ain't a lot of folk want to feel popular because they're a member of the secret order. I'm in the secret order, you know. You got all these sick initiations.
Right?
The Illuminati is a term that has been used to refer to various secretive organizations throughout history, but it is most commonly associated with a purported secret society formed in the late 18th century. This organization,
gems,
allegedly
guys. Pick 'em
founded
up.
by Adam Weishaupt in 1776 in Bavaria, Germany, which they claim aimed to promote Enlightenment ideals such as rational thought, secularism, and the overthrow of oppressive monarchies.
It's the Illuminati
However,
sign
due
behind
to
the
its
dollar.
secretive nature and reported clandestine activities, the Illuminati quickly became the subject of
Critical
conspiracy theories,
thinkers.
manipulating global events and controlling world governments from behind the scenes. Freemasonry is one of the oldest and most well-known secret societies, with origins
that.
dating back to the late Middle Ages.
All of our
Freemasonry is a
presidents
fraternal organization
are.
that emphasizes on development through symbolic
Freemason.
rituals and ceremonies. Freemasonry has often been associated with secrecy and conspiracy due to its secretive nature and the influence its members wield in various sectors of society. In popular culture, particularly those in the entertainment industry, it is said that they are involved with the Illuminati or other
sellouts.
secret societies. This is known based on various alleged symbols and gestures used by celebrities in their performances, music videos, and public appearances, which conspiracy theorists interpret as signs of their affiliation with secret societies. It is often speculated that celebrities join these organizations in
The
pursuit
eye-
of wealth,
the one-eye
fame,
symbolism,
and power,
the
but then become
triangle,
controlled by them, forced to
the
adhere to
Baphomet
certain
sign,
agendas and promote specific ideologies.
the
Conspiracy
rituals on
theories
stage.
suggest that the Illuminati uses celebrities as puppets to manipulate public opinion,
Oh,
shape
Lord.
cultural norms, and advance its own agenda. This purported control extends beyond the entertainment industry, with some theorists claiming that influential figures in politics, business, and the media are also part of the Illuminati's network of
Symbolism
influence.
is
And
their
here, my mama was sacrificed. They can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control
they did
LeBron
control
James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
Not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Elon Musk is creepy, so he confirms that he's uploaded his consciousness to the cloud and had a
Yes, it is. Let's
conversation with
spread that
himself.
word.
And we all remember when he put Neuralink in the monkey brain and had him playing Pong, but look at this. Now he's tested his first human subject with Neuralink. And I seen something about Greek gematria that I had to check out myself. So I did it. I typed Neuralink in the Greek gematria calculator, and look what I found. Look at all these. We've got the great beast, Muhammad, and last but not least, Titan, and the number of Antichrist. And then look at all these. All the way across the board. There's a lot of speculation that he might be involved with the Antichrist, but look at this.
These idols.
If he's uploading his consciousness to the cloud and having conversations with it, does that make you kind of freaked out about what AI could possibly be? What if AI is a bunch of human test subjects and they just upload all their consciousnesses to the cloud, mix them all together, maybe erase some of their memory, and then now they are the artificial intelligence that we talk to? Weird.
Elon, looking good, Elon.
Look how weird he is.
Anything new happening with Twitter? Anything new happening?
Remember, Elon is the man who said that with artificial intelligence, we are summoning.
He contradicts himself, watch.
But yet he still wants to
That's the whole agenda. That's the merge between human.
We should be very careful about artificial intelligence. If I were to guess at what our biggest existential threat is, it's probably that. I mean, with artificial intelligence, we are summoning the demon. You know all those stories where there's the guy with the pentagram and the holy water, and he's like, yeah, you sure you can control the demon? Doesn't work out.
This is really fascinating stuff. What you're looking at right now is a paralyzed man using his mind in order to create the words that appear on the screen. This revolutionary speech neuroprosthesis research at the University of California, San Francisco is allowing the gentleman to communicate in complete sentences by translating signals from his brain to the vocal tract and directly onto text on the screen. It's one of several massive leaps in brain science technology that is literally creating a future of potentially infinite possibilities and also concerns about how this technology could be used or misused. Our Kaylee Hartel files this in-depth report on one of the leading creators in this field who at one point became so concerned with its power, he gave up his patent to a university.
It was the viral video moment seen around the world. In April, a monkey playing a game of Pong using only its mind with the help of what's called a Neuralink. The device is Elon Musk's latest venture into a fast-evolving tech space. Tiny chips that get implanted in the brain. Sounds like something out of The Matrix, but this is not a movie.
Welcome to the real world.
Brain chips are part of a revolutionary field that's been around longer than you think. Is this science fiction
30 years from
or
now.
is this reality?
It is absolutely science fiction that has turned into real
when
science.
We're 99.9999999%.
What Elon Musk did with these monkey trials showing how monkeys with brain chips could control
AI,
computers with nothing but their minds. The first version of this happened in the 60s.
Jeff Steibel is an entrepreneur, investor, and brain scientist. He's the former owner of BrainGate, a pioneering brain chip company.
Explain in the simplest terms to me what that technology is.
When you think of these brain chips, it's actually pretty simple. All we're doing is tapping into that electrical current, reading the language of the mind, sending it to the computer, and the computer interprets that language, converts it, and you can do all kinds of things with it. Really that simple.
The chip, more formally known as Brain-Computer Interface, or BCI, is the size of a baby aspirin, connected to a larger device called a pedestal that gets surgically attached to the motor cortex.
But it's all
the goal is to
disguised as
profoundly
a
improve
great
the lives of people
opportunity
suffering
as
from
you know,
paralysis, brain injuries,
start to
or other
move
spinal
again,
cord
you start
injuries
to walk
by turning their
again, which is
thoughts
wonderful.
into actions. The
For
first
those who need it
FDA-approved
and
clinical trial of BrainGate's neural interface system was launched back in 2004.
The way they merged the agenda.
Imagine
you know,
if you were
health
an individual who could never speak to someone, and for the first time you could type "I love you" to one of your loved ones. Imagine if you couldn't walk, but you could all of a sudden use a wheelchair with nothing but your mind. Imagine if you couldn't use your arms, but for the first time using your mind, you could control a prosthetic to then eat something. Again, for the first time, it's those aha moments that
remember
surprise
Elon
even,
said we're
even
summoning
me to this day.
What? So this is like a nanochip in my head, but I can't keep talking missing in my every day, like iPhone stuck on replay.
Coming back to their consciousness, sir. Did you poison the food supply? Yes, sir. There's no mineral left in the soil. Are you feeding them negativity on the news? Yes, sir. War and death. Social media. Yes, sir. Gender war. Damn. Racism. It's not enough. They keep coming back. What do? We need to lower their immune systems. I thought we did that already with the virus, sir.
Not gonna work.
What else can we do? More more poison. We'll put more poison in the crop field. We use all the poison in animals. And tell them to eat the animals. This is why you're our leader, sir. The poison in the animals train doctors to not address the cause. I see where you're going. But only the symptom. So they get treated forever and eventually die. And we still get the money! Sir, what about the people that have found cures for these diseases and are trying to help other people cure these diseases? Punishable by law to say you can cure disease. What about the people that know the truth about COVID? Punishable by law to spread misinformation about COVID. But sir, that's free speech. We can't pass a law like that. Social media to take down people that don't say the word.
All I can say is I'm glad people are waking up, and this proves that there is a shift in consciousness going on. And because there's a shift in consciousness going on, that planet is going through a change too. You guys see it happening all over the planet. And because of this horrible government that has been running this world, they're hiding because they know it's over. We are waking up. The planet's coming back to us, you guys.
White House for
this video is strictly for entertainment purposes only. I'm only raising awareness to interesting situations during these interesting times. Let's get this shift, y'all. You already know what to do. Peace in.
Things are not working anymore. They can try and try and try, but Christ consciousness is definitely taking place and the mass is waking up. That is it for this video montage, guys. Thank you for hanging with me. It means everything to me. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe with notifications on, and I'll see you next time, YouTube. Ciao.